2020 and 2021 were breakout years for the adult game section of Patreon. 2022 has been less kind to the top 10 largest games on Patreon. Collectively, they have lost almost 25,000 subscribers and well over $1 million in revenue over the past year. Believe it or not, that is still a better turnout than the performance of the video game industry as a whole for 2022. But I'll talk more about that in my top Steam games of 2022 video. So here are the top 10 adult gaming Patreons of 2022 based on total patron numbers. At number 10, we have MIDI, creator of the Avatar: The Last Airbender parody, 4 Elements Trainer. Their new game, 18 Titans, focuses on characters from the DC universe. The continued quality of character design and animations have helped this developer avoid the drop-off that usually comes with game transitions. So, the flat growth over the past year is comparatively a success. 18 Titans and 4 Elements Trainer are available for PC, Linux, Mac, and Android on their Patreon. Number 9 is one of the 2 new additions to the top 10, replacing Virtual Succubus and Readers of the Nephilim from the 2021 list. Developer Fanook Sofenfen has seen a 15% increase over the last year with their sci-fi text adventure, Trials in Tainted Space. In development since 2016, this is one of those highly customizable adventures with an incredibly diverse assortment of flavors. Gender, sexuality, species, transhumanism, and just about everything is available, optional, and, most of all, fluid. Trials in Tainted Space is available for PC, Linux, and Android on their Patreon, with a playable in-browser version available on their website. Number 8 is the second new addition to the list, and the biggest overall increase, having almost doubled their subscriber numbers from last year. Heat is a VR optional 3D game with a focus on furry and other types of anthropomorphic creatures. Since its launch, growth has been exceptional, and this was one of the games on my most improved Patreons of 2021 list. This is only confirmation of what I have long suspected. The furry community is so unstoppable that it even appears to be recession-proof. Heat is available for PC in both VR and non-VR versions on their Patreon. At number 7, we have Wildlife. Dropping from the number 5 spot on last year's list, this open-world sci-fi adventure has had mixed results and flat growth. 2021 ended with the release of a fantastic demo on Steam, immediately followed by a failed Kickstarter. However, we have seen remarkable growth in animations and sexual interactions through the 11 new builds and updates released this year. I am confident that we are well on our way to something special, and I am really hoping for a new demo to release on Steam to show the rest of the community how far this game has come. Wildlife is available for PC on their Patreon. Moving up one slot from last year, at number 6, we have Wicked Whims, the free mod for The Sims 4. You would think that a game like The Sims would have some type of system of attraction and sexuality. Unfortunately, all that EA gives us, aside from systemic real-life abuse and child exploitation, are sanitized Barbie and Ken dolls to play house with. Fortunately, Wicked Whims is here to provide actual aspects of the human condition, including sexual interactions, systems of desire and attraction, as well as alternative relationship choices. You can even add STIs and the ability to sweat when working out. Don't worry though, I'm sure that when The Sims 5 comes out, EA will offer the ability to sweat as a microtransaction. Wicked Whims is available for PC, Linux, and Mac for free on their Patreon, itch.io, and Nexus Mods. Falling from number 3 in 2021 to number 5 on this year's list, we have Dr. Pancake's Being a Dick. Down 27% from 2021, this is the second biggest percentage drop of subscribers in the top 10. I think this is less due to the reception of Season 2 of Being a Dick, and more likely because the college harem space has become increasingly oversaturated. Will a completed Season 3 help 2020's Game of the Year regain its former glory? Or is this the beginning of a slow and steady decline? We'll just have to see what happens in 2023. Being a Dick Season 3 Interlude is available for PC, Linux, and Mac on their Patreon. Holding steady at number 4, we have NLT, creator of the 2021's Game of the Year, Treasure of Nadia. Their newest game, The Genesis Order, is the third in the series with returning characters from both Treasure of Nadia and Lust Epidemic. There is a noticeable improvement in renders and animations, and the development of this game is moving at an almost breakneck pace. The Genesis Order is already shaping up to be in contention for Game of the Year for whatever year it actually releases in. I do highly recommend playing both Treasure of Nadia and Lust Epidemic before jumping in, but it's not required. The Genesis Order is available for PC, Linux, Mac, and Android on their Patreon, with free versions available on itch.io. I just covered number 3, Virtamate, and how it was banned from Steam. While it is a disappointment that this game won't be able to reach the larger audience that Steam represents, the community and resources available in this optional VR 3D interactive platform are quite extensive. With assets and tools like these available for developers, I'm really excited to see what new gameplay experiences we can look forward to. Virtamate is available for PC on their Patreon in both VR and non-VR versions. Holding at number 2 is Project Helios and their VR optional title, Operation Lovecraft Fallen Doll. This game has suffered the biggest losses of this year's list, down almost 10,000 subscribers. I don't want to speculate too much about why there has been such a precipitous drop, but while there was a closed beta test in January of 2022 on Steam, there haven't been any new builds released since then. Hopefully, we'll see some amazing new content after the developer completes their current rebuild overhaul. Operation Lovecraft Fallen Doll is available for PC on Patreon in both VR and non-VR versions. And the number 1 adult games Patreon for the 4th consecutive year is Summertime Saga. While this title remains at the top of the games list, it has lost almost 8,000 subscribers, taking it out of the top 10 overall Patreons. I guess this shows that even gods can bleed. Or maybe, just maybe, it's time to start wrapping this game up to some satisfactory conclusion. Either way, check out my updated review coming out later this week. Summertime Saga is available for PC, Linux, Mac, and Android on their Patreon. There you have it. For all of the losses in the top 10, the overall numbers for adult games Patreons are actually flat. That means that for every patron that left being a dick, Summertime Saga, or Operation Lovecraft, there was a new patron that supported a smaller game. And that's awesome. Flat growth in the adult game space in the face of a massive decline in 2022 in the overall video game industry counts as a win. This resiliency will only help to propel new growth in 2023. Let me know what you think. What is your favorite Patreon of 2022? Why do you think some of these games had such massive losses? And who do you think will break into the top 10 in 2023? Until next time, no shaming, just gaming. Thanks to all this month's support on Patreon. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you all.